Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a major update in the case of Madeline Soto. If you just tuned in right now, do me a big favor, guys. Hit that like button, hit that share. I would appreciate it very, very, very much. They are going live with the press conference right here, right now. It's about to start. This is crazy. I don't know how big this update is. I don't know what they're going to say. If they're going to say anything about Jennifer Soto, if they're going to say anything about Madeline's autopsy, this is important information. So let's listen to JB real quick, guys. Hit that like and share. This is crazy.
Versus a YouTube or Facebook Live comment where the comments just endlessly scroll and it's just a matter of luck if I'm looking at this monitor.
Let's rewind it a little bit so we can hear what he said.
Technologically, for Madeline Soto. But as a reminder, Jen Soto pleaded with the public for help. Jen Soto was the one who called 911. Jen Soto has not been charged with any crime. Jen Soto has not been accused of any crime. Jen Soto, at this stage in the investigation, is just a mother who was doing everything that she could to find her daughter. And so people want to know more about Jen Soto and whether or not she's going to pop up, whether that name is going to pop up at the press conference today. But
so what he's saying is correct. I know a lot of people think that Jen Soto has something to do with it. I don't know personally. I was just on the fence. But she seems like a mother who just lost her daughter and not doing things correctly. So with Madeline, you know, if Kissimmee PD could just give us some type of update on the autopsy. I doubt it. We would have had paperwork, but can give us an update on like what happened. I'm hoping that they can some form of update here, because we want to know what happened to this baby girl. We want to know what happened to this little girl, this innocent little girl who just died right after we found out what Stefan did to her, and he seems to be the main culprit of what she was becoming a victim of abuse, assault. But now her death, we don't know. That's what we want. That's what we came here to find out. And hopefully it's about to start in 16 minutes exactly from this point. I don't know what's to come. I'm just hoping some form of good justice, some form of justice here. This poor girl was murdered. But not only that, she was also assaulted for years. We need, I get that we have some type of, like Stefan's phone has been discovered with all this disgusting things he had done to her. But is that enough? No, because she was murdered. We want to find the truth, not only for her father, her mother, but we want to find the truth. All right. The press conference is about to begin in 15 minutes from now. Hit that like and share button, everybody. You already know what to do. Everybody just hit that share button. And that's what I need you guys to do. Let's get this word out there, all right?
Any interviews? I haven't seen anything with local media. Everything that we have been told to this point is that Jen Soto is cooperating fully with the investigation, and we haven't been told anything to the contrary. So at this point in time, you have to remember, this is a mother who lost her 13-year-old daughter days after her 13th birthday. How would you react? No one is going to blame Jen Soto for avoiding the public spotlight. And you can't read anything into that. That doesn't tell you anything other than we have a grieving mother who is coping with a loss that no one in this world should ever experience, and that's the loss of a child. So no one should read into Jen Soto not being in front of the cameras or anything. We have seen extraordinary examples of strength and really strength that can be inspiring. We of course saw so much from the Petito family in the aftermath of Gabby's death, and that as someone who's covered a lot of and a lot of murder cases, I can tell you that is.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, my audio was off. I do want to say that I know a lot of you guys. I know a lot of you guys want to, you know, you want proper justice for Madeline. And I know people believe that the mother has something to do with it. I get it. She has a lot of red flags, but we just don't know for sure yet. Like 100%, you know? We don't know, guys. We
Heard a
don't.
lot from Jen Soto, and no one is going to blame her, of course, for being a grieving mother. All right, some other comments. Some other people are saying that they're having problem. All right, got to do a poll. I'm sorry. We have to get to the bottom. I've seen enough comments now that the audio apparently is low. Let's start a poll. Is audio working fine, or is it low?
So it seems like he's having difficulties. I'm having difficulties. Technology is failing us all, ladies and gentlemen.
That will just allow us to quickly.
I'll read the comments. She said, I think publicly since it came out about the boyfriend's phone. I mean, it's exactly what we know, ladies and gentlemen. It's whatever they discover with the boyfriend's phone is what we know. It's what PD is going to give us.
So these are.
There's no major breakthrough yet. This would be the only thing we would know. This press conference here, the press conference is our major only big update that we know. There's no other secret new information. Even with the mother's interview that she said in Spanish, it's the same statement she gave to us. It's the same exact thing. Everything that you have known about a week ago is the same thing we know now. It's the same exact thing, guys. There's nothing new, breakthrough, or nothing like that. Not as of yet. Until this starts in 10 minutes. Then we will know any major update with Madeline Soto.
Now, people will point to perceived inconsistencies, alleged inconsistencies, and I understand that. What I'd like to do is just remind our audience that when you are experiencing your nightmare come to life, it wouldn't be the first time that somebody who is going through such a traumatic experience there would be inconsistencies with their statements. It's happened before. It will happen in the future. It also has to be stated that we don't know what kind of influence Stearns had on the Soto household, and in particular on Jen Soto. So let's try to have as much of an open mind as possible, with the respect that there could be a lot of different reasons as to why certain things in this story might not perfectly add up according to, of course, all the sleuthing that's been done on this particular story. Live now to the Kissimmee Police Department. Here is the feed. This is just now coming in. And let's check the results of that poll. All right. A majority says that audio is fine. I'll bring up my audio just a little bit more. I'll boost it a little bit more. Hopefully that gets the job done.
So this is where the press conference will be held. Kissimmee Police. Oh, man.
So we'll monitor this here on the right side of your screen. We're still 10 minutes away from the actual press conference. Let's see. Avs. Hashtag AJB. I would be traumatized. This would definitely cause my stories to be inconsistent. Let's remember that we have no idea what this feels like. Yeah, the only way to have any comparison is if somebody lost a child under tragic circumstances, and for our entire audience, I hope that is absolutely none of you. And speaking to, let's listen in here.
Mic check.
Okay, mic check. Sometimes they'll say, okay, we're on time. Sometimes they'll say, so I always listen for mic checks. This comment is spot on. We have no idea what Jen Soto experienced. And I would encourage our audience to have grace. And we have no idea what it's like to lose a child under these circumstances. We have no idea what the dynamic is like. Jen Soto could very well be a victim in this entire story. You don't know what was going on behind the scenes when the door closes. And inside that home, you just don't know. We have a very dark picture based on Stearns and his mobile phone. Again, he consented to allowing investigators to look at his phone. He claimed that there was an accidental wipe of his phone, but that didn't deter investigators. Investigators were able to find some really disturbing digital evidence that that paints a picture as to what Stearns was really like. But you just, again, other news outlets aren't going to address social media chatter. I will, and I'm going. We don't know what's going to be stated at this press conference. We don't know how often Jen Soto's name is going to come up, if at all. But again, she has not been charged with any crime. There hasn't even been an accusation of any lack of cooperation at this stage in the investigation. So,
I mean, what he's saying is absolutely true. Again, people are entitled to all their own opinions, regardless of what I say, JB, or anybody. If you truly believe that, you know, she has something to do with this, that's going to be your opinion. That doesn't mean you're wrong, you're right. We just don't know yet. Kissimmee police, they believe that they're doing everything they can to understand like what happened. Right now, we can find out if Steffens actually is responsible for her death or somebody else that tied to it. What if they say to us that there's another person tied to this case? We just don't know. All I can say is, in my part, I always thought that there was some type of red flags here, okay?
Uno, dos. Uno,
So they're
dos,
doing
tres, cuatro, cinco.
mic checks right now.
Dice que no les está llegando el audio. El micrófono tuyo.
Who's that?
No es que quieren que los dos estemos. ¿Cómo que nos hemos encendido? Si encendimos, si estamos conectados con Miami. Miami está grabando ya, ¿verdad? Sí, Miami ya está grabando. Y van a empezar en punto a las 2. Tenemos 6 minutos. Así que díganme, ¿qué
April,
necesitan
with this
rápido?
comment, we don't want the mom to be guilty. That would mean she allowed
Ya,
this
Ramón,
even more
quédate ahí,
horrible.
que lo están viendo.
I understand that there's
¿Me
a lot
escuchan bien?
a
Okay.
lot of commentary about Madeline Soto's mother, but
Ya, listo.
we're going to learn a lot more at this press conference, I would anticipate. Everyone, just remember that everyone is really quick to assign blame. In today's world, in the world of social media, people are just ready to point the finger, and you just don't know what life was like inside that home when Stearns was present, what the dynamic was like.
He's right, guys. We really don't know right now, and it's just to quick to assume blame. I get that. I know. I feel for you. I feel for y'all. But he's right though. Especially this day and age, we always quick to blame. You know. I know you guys. A few of you guys were even mad at me for saying no. How you don't think she did it? It's just that there wasn't anything like really hard enough for me to know that if she had anything to do with this, you know, and do I still believe so? I really don't know. This hasn't been anything strong enough for me to say that she has. And don't worry, guys. I got 2 feeds open up right here, waiting for the press conference. There's still nothing. They're doing tests, gathering the info. They're getting ready. And this is a time for you guys to talk with each other in the chat. I really want you guys to do that. Put your minds together. Let's be smart here. Let's understand the case better and look for evidence, look for truth in the statements that were provided us with Jen, Stephen, and Kissimmee police. And you know, I just got some hateful messages saying, I don't know how you don't believe Jen did it. It's just, I just found conflicting statements in her statement. And does it mean, it's bad? It looks like it has a bad look on her. It does. It does. Definitely red flags. And yeah. Let's put the feed up. Let's see what we're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen. In your comments below, I want you guys to comment. What do you think they're going to tell us? Kissimmee Police.
Hop on really quickly and say hello to now Facebook Live. We're now live across all
Okay,
platforms.
guys. So let me know
We're moments
if
away
anything
from,
in the chat.
A police update. Investigators calling a 2 o'clock press conference from the Kissimmee Police Department with an update in the Madeline Soto investigation. As a reminder, no charges have been filed specifically in the death of Madeline Soto, while they do have what they have described as the prime suspect in custody and being held in custody without bond, that being 37-year-old Stephen Stearns, that being Madeline Soto's mother's boyfriend. There has not been any charges specifically filed on Madeline Soto's death. That could change today. That, of course, is the question that people are asking. When will there be justice for Madeline Soto? So if you're just finding the live stream, the press...
Will that change today, ladies and gentlemen? What you guys think? What do you guys think? Facebook, we have 50 shares. Amazing. 500 people watching Facebook. You are killing it today, Facebook. YouTube, we have 264 likes and 500 people watching. Thank you guys very much. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you for watching this with me and everything that I gathered on this case. You are watching this along with me. Tracy with the super chat. Sorry about that. I've been very busy. Tracy Pierce says, "You are amazing. Keep doing what you do," says Tracy Parse. Excuse me. Thank you so much for the 10 super chat. I appreciate you. If any stars or super chats is going to be sent, it will be read after. I really want to shut my mouth and let this play out. They are about to begin in just 1 minute. Again, talk to each other in the comments. Share different ideas. Freedom of speech definitely reigns in Novesity. Say what you want. And Nicole says, "Run into Facebook to share." Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. My name is Alibet Suarez. I'm the Communications Director for the City of Kissimmee. Chief Betty Holland will be providing remarks about the progress of the investigation. After that, she will open the floor for questions. We are not doing one-on-one interviews after the press conference. If you have any questions that are not related to this case, please send an email to kpdpio@kissimmee.gov. At the end of the press conference, you will receive a package with information about the case in English and Spanish. Now, I would like to introduce Chief Betty Holland.
We'll break down what we have learned after the press conference concludes.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today and allowing us to provide an update on our investigation into Madeline Soto's disappearance and death. Madeline was reported missing on Monday, February 26, 2024, just 1 day after her 13th birthday. Since then, our investigation has been relentless, fueled by the unwavering commitment to uncover the truth. During our forensic investigation, we uncovered disturbing evidence, graphic images, and videos depicting crimes being committed. It was during this examination that we learned we needed to act swiftly to remove the suspect, Stephen Stearns, from our streets. Despite the arrest, our investigation into her disappearance remained ongoing. We understand the importance of thoroughly exploring every lead and piece of evidence. The Kissimmee Police Department, along with other law enforcement agencies in Central Florida, continue their search for Madeline for the next several days following her disappearance, and we turn to the public for help. During this time, our investigators combed through a significant number of tips, and on March 1st, we received information placing Stearns' vehicle in a rural area of St. Cloud, where ultimately Madeline's body was discovered. We are all deeply saddened by the outcome of Madeline's disappearance. The Kissimmee Police Department continues to piece together the timeline leading up to the events that occurred. I want to address some questions we are receiving from the media in everyone's effort to keep the community up to date on this tragedy. At this time, Stearns is facing a total of 60 charges related to our investigation. This includes sexual battery, lewd and lascivious molestation, and unlawful possession of materials depicting sexual performance by a child. These charges reflect the meticulous work of our law enforcement community. Our detectives also are working closely with the State's Attorney's Office for the 9th Judicial Circuit and the Medical Examiner's Office on the investigation. Death investigations are complex. Tasks like forensic analysis and thorough interviews are crucial and require careful attention. It is vital to address these misconceptions in the pursuit of justice while preserving the integrity to the case. During an investigation such as this one, we gather additional information from individuals close to the deceased. Each person interviewed is treated as involved until proven otherwise. This is a standard protocol to ensure all the facts are uncovered. During our investigation, we have interviewed many individuals. Each interview has been vital to our understanding of the case. We are reviewing all of the information we received and are following up on every lead. Attention to detail and the diligence are the most important aspects of this investigation. We are committed to transparency and will provide updates when possible. Madeline's story has touched the hearts of many. Rest assured, our department is diligently working on the investigation, and while we appreciate the public's interest, we must prioritize the integrity of the investigation. We appreciate your support and understanding as we gather the facts. We intend to release additional information in the future, providing more details that we do not compromise the ongoing investigation. We vow to do everything in our power to ensure Madeline's memory is honored with justice. Our detectives are dedicated to pursuing every lead, uncovering every fact, and holding those responsible accountable. Now I will open it up for any questions.
Chief, I have a question. We know that you're working behind the scenes during this investigation to make sure everything is in order, but what can you tell us new today that we don't already know?
I don't have anything new that you don't already know, other than our detectives are working tirelessly day in and day out to ensure, all the facts are uncovered in this investigation.
Chief Holland, is the mother a suspect or a person of interest in this investigation? And also with the videos that you uncovered, is there any evidence of the mother's involvement on any of these videos?
So everyone that was close to Madeline is considered suspect until we have proven otherwise.
Chief, how close are we able to know what actually happened to Madeline Soto?
Well, this is a very sensitive and, it's very intricate. We want to make sure that we uncover every single fact and all the evidence before, we don't want to put a timeline on it, basically, because the detectives are very meticulous in what they do, and we want to be sure that everything is uncovered that possibly can.
Chief, can you release any information about the manner in which Maddie died at this point?
No, ma'am. We are still waiting on the medical examiner's report.
Chief, do you believe Maddie was killed inside of the family's home or somewhere else?
We're still uncovering all of those details. I'm not going to speculate on that until we have the facts.
Chief, can you tell us if Stephen Stearns acted alone in all of this?
We're still uncovering all the evidence. I don't want to speculate whether he was or not. We will wait until the investigation, is completed to make that determination.
Has Stephen Stearns said he acted alone, or what has he said in interviews with you? Since we know he's in jail for these,
yes.
What has he told you about other people's involvement, if any?
He has invoked his right to a lawyer, so we have not spoke with him.
Is there any time that you can expect an update for us? The public is asking every single day, and we understand that you're working on the investigation, but we would like to give them something.
I don't want to rush my detectives. I think it's paramount that they take their time, and Mr. Stearns is not going anywhere. He's in jail and he's going to be there for a while, so my detectives, I want them to be, just look at every single detail and make sure, but I don't want to give a timeline at this point.
Chief, you mentioned you're working closely with the medical examiner. What does that relationship kind of look like, and what information are they able to release to you before that exam is complete?
So not really. I wouldn't say that they've released an information. We depend on the medical examiner's report for our report, so we're going to have to wait until they release that report.
Do you believe there are any additional victims?
No, it appears that this all was isolated to the home.
Chief, I'm still trying to get a sense of things. Do you still feel like you have more questions than answers at this point?
I think our questions are being answered slowly but surely. For the integrity of the investigation, we have to, keep things close until
What is being answered
such time
then?
as
Give us
we
the
hold
answer.
those accountable for her death.
Give us the
Is it
answer then.
taking longer than it should because Stearns is not speaking?
No, I just think that, sometimes these investigations are just very lengthy. We know that he is in jail and he is not going anywhere. So the detectives are just making sure they cross the T's and dot their I's. They want to put together, a foolproof investigation.
Chief, is the mother and the family members being cooperative and answering questions? Have they lawyered up? And also the father of Madeline, who is not a Florida resident, is he a part of this investigation or at least being asked questions?
We have interviewed, all those family members that are close. Mother has cooperated. She did give us an interview. So there's, no one is not cooperating other than Stearns.
We know that the crimes were committed in the home. We also have, the date of birth of the person, but we have not confirmed that that is Madeline Soto. Would you be able to confirm that information for us?
Right. So all of the charges are with children under the age of 18, and, they are protected. Their identity is protected under the law.
So it's going to expect, it's been a couple of weeks, nobody's charged for the murder of Madeline. Nobody knows exactly what happened to Madeline. We can expect in the couple days someone is going to face charge for the murder of Madeline Soto.
When the detectives put their case together, like I said before, they want to ensure their investigation is tight. We're working, hand in hand with the state attorney's office to ensure, every piece of evidence is revealed and uncovered. So I can't put a timeline on when that might be.
And Chief, with his cell phone, there's just one thing to understand here. So he originally went to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. At least that's what we understand. He gave the cell phone to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. The Sheriff's Office then found something on his phone which led to an arrest. In the arrest affidavit from Kissimmee PD, it says he offered his phone freely to Kissimmee PD. Can you kind of explain how that happened? Because I just have a tough time understanding how somebody who's been arrested for something on his phone freely gives a phone up again.
Well, I don't know the intricate details of, I do know that the Orange County Sheriff's Office and Kissimmee Police Department were working hand in hand, during, the actual disappearance investigation. So I don't want to speak on exactly how that happened, but it's not uncommon for us to ask someone if they want to, give up their phone.
Chief, is there anything in particular that keeps you up at night regarding this case?
Well, a lot of things keep me up at night. My takeaway from this is talk to your children, families, talk to your kids. Know that there are agencies out there, the abuse hotline, Help Now, that people can report suspicion to. And I would encourage mothers and fathers to have those conversations with the kids and be aware.
Last question.
Had you guys investigated this family before?
Not for anything like this, no ma'am.
I'm sorry, can we just confirm how long that relationship was, the mother and the stepfather?
That is still being under investigation. We're trying to get the timeline for that.
Oh my God!
One more question. This is a case that became really big out of nowhere for a lot of people, but what has the department learned through all of this so far?
Well, this was a very tragic event. I think that, like I said earlier, it's up to us, up to each family member to have those conversations with your kids and report any suspicion of abuse to your school resource officer, to an adult that's a trusted adult, to any police officer that's out there. So just report it and let the law enforcement community investigate. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Right, like what? Like, go, I'm making the same face. I'm making the same face, JB. I'm making the same face. I'm making the same face. I'm making the same face.
I'm baffled.
Me, you?
I'm just baffled. That's my first. I just want to. I'm always upfront and honest with our audience. I'm baffled.
I'm disappointed.
No significant update today. No charges, any charges, let alone murder charges being filed in this case. The Kissimmee Police Department, on their own accord, deciding to call a press conference today.
Saying update.
And the press conference was there was the anticipation from local media that this was going to be to announce an update,
Dates.
to announce new details, to give us an update on the progress of the investigation and what has
my
transpired in the
God.
weeks since Madeline Soto's body was discovered and since Stearns was initially charged, and then a follow-up 60 additional charges were filed against him related to the disturbing evidence on his phone. Here we are now, and we have this press conference from Chief Betty Holland, and Betty tells us very little. And I think I'm being kind when I say very, very little. Based on my notes, they're still waiting on the medical examiner's report. And when specific questions were asked in relation to Madeline's mother, Jennifer Soto, everyone close to Madeline is considered a suspect until otherwise, which basically tells us they haven't ruled out anything, but they're also not definitively stating anything that has transpired with the progress of their investigation.
Exactly.
I think it also has to be stated that when you, and perhaps this is something that people might not know about how law enforcement operates. For the most part, this proves to be true. That when a sheriff's office gives a case over to a local police department, the case can shift in pacing in this one respect, and that a county sheriff's office usually, more times than not, is going to have a larger investigative force and a more investigative resources than a local police department.
That's true. Correct.
So the investigation here might have slowed a bit when the Orange County Sheriff's Office transported this to the Kissimmee Police Department. That's definitively happened, but I'm saying that happens a lot with stories that we cover, and that's regardless of state, regardless of municipality, that more times than not, if a local police department is handling a investigation versus the county or even the state, the amount of resources are limited, and there isn't just as many man hours that they can assign to a particular case. With that said, if this press conference was to satisfy the demands of local reporters and local media, then a statement being put out or a tweet being put out of
was
saying
not needed.
We don't have much new information to share, likely would have had a similar, if not the same, impact rather than a press conference.
Right.
A lot of folks in our comment section were anticipating some kind of an update and then getting really...
Let me tell you something what happened. Okay, I get it. He's absolutely correct about the resources when handed off into a bigger unit to a smaller one when it's a local enforcement. Local departments are limited, but that doesn't mean it's a little. It's a lot. The time they have, ever since we found out on March 1st until when 60 charges was just a week and a half, a week. But from when we found out from March 1st until almost, where? March 21st? You could, listen, Kissimmee PD, you could have literally tweeted or made a Facebook post. Hey guys, no update as of now. We'll keep you up to date. Would have had the same effect as today of me getting up from my bed, you going to the bathroom at work, you saying, hold on, let me watch the news press conference. You said it and you posted it, Kissimmee PD, and say update. You should have just said nothing. Nothing. You are wasting people's time. You're having hopes for people. You're raising high hopes for what? I had somebody in my Discord crying, watching your feed. Now, you not only made yourself more disappointing, respectfully, you're wasting people's time, but it shows that you're not reliable. We didn't need you to do a press conference. We didn't need this. And I get it. You didn't say, there's a breakthrough, there's something. But dang, you don't say update. You don't say important. You don't say these things. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? JB is going to tell you the nicest way. I'm going to tell you the blunt way. You're wasting people's time. You know what? If anything, if you have the resources as a local, smaller police department, right? It just goes to show me that you're disposable. You're using all this time, this audience, everything. This was a waste of money, taxpayers' money. having this all together was a waste. You're wasting. That's a way. It's showing me what you do with the resources at your disposal. This was completely unnecessary. It was completely unnecessary. I don't know what you do behind those federal doors, but you're showing to me right now. This was completely unnecessary, and it baffles me. It's about to go on a month, next week, a month. But to say update, to push update, you're a joke. You're a joke. Kissing me, PD, kiss my ass, PD. How about that? Get out of my face.
Live to submit a comment there, but my goodness, yeah, the bottom of your screen tells it all. No murder charges filed yet in Madeline Soto's death. I mean, that was. I think that at the very least, that people were expecting there to be at least progress on that front today, and the chief of police just standing there for 10 minutes and talking about their investigation. And
everybody, listen, I do want to apologize for this. You know, now I got to change my title. Now I got to change the description. This was such a false flag. It really was. Let me read some of these super chats, because I know people's about to look at Ashley. Ashley's going ham already, and I don't know. I owe you an apology. I know I'm not a part of them, but I still owe you an apology. I really do apologize for all this. This is ridiculous. Ashley said with her first super chat, she said, I sat in a stinky bathroom at work. Just for that, Ashley, I do apologize. Everybody, on behalf of Novesity, I apologize. Why the F is the ME report taking so long? I'm going to talk about that. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see how she died. I'm going to talk about that, Crystal. Well said. Well said. I know people are going to send stars and super chats going crazy. Somebody named Anonymous. I know you guys are going ham in the comments. I know. And I am so sorry. 5 different people, 5 different turds I put up with for nothing. Damn, Ashley, why you do this to me? Damn it, Ashley. Well said. Boo Friedman, they're investigating a CP ring. This girl had, rumor has it she had a funeral. I don't know. This poor little girl she was cremated. I don't know. This medical examiner's report, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you something. If you don't believe me, that's your opinion. Do you think, and you decide in the comments, is the medical examiner's report finished? Absolutely. Are they releasing it? No. Clearly, no. Do you believe the ME report is finished? Do you believe? I feel so bad to have you guys here. Guys, if I can pour my apology, 1,000 pardons. I'm so sorry. Queen of my boys says, absolutely ridiculous. Can't believe KP. Queen of my boys, you trust me. I know. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. I know. Queen of my boys. I know. This report is definitely finished. They're on the hush hush. And I get it. They want to get this investigation done. They want to do it proper. They want to do it right. But do not tell me of an update. Dude, I know these super chats are going crazy. I know, guys. I know. I was expecting nothing but super chats and stars going crazy. I know. I knew it. I said, what? People are going to go screaming. Anonymous with the 100 stars says, this police department and investigation is beyond weak. They should have never said that they had update. Well, Anonymous, well said. I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting you guys. I know. I'm going to let you guys vent. I'm going to let you guys, I know. I see the super chats. Best tweet after the conference. This could have been an email. I said, look, exactly. Hey, KPD, you know what you should have done? You should have emailed everybody. Hey guys, just to let you know, we're taking our sweet ass time. We're not going to be doing a press conference today, but thank you for acknowledging this email. We will let you know if any updates necessary on the Madeline Soto case. Thank you so much for your opportunity. They didn't do that. They just said, hey, we got an update. You guys want to tune in? Join. Get out of my face. We demand justice. Juanita, let me tell you something. I had someone who messaged me before I started this podcast, and then they told me, no, thank you for doing God's work. I am literally shaking to find out what we're going to find. Hopefully we'll find out, she said, who killed Madeline Soto. And I get it. PD didn't say that, but they said they have updates. Updates mean that it's something different from what we already know. It is an update, not a downgrade, not the same thing. We want something different. And let me tell you, and I mean nothing about the toxicology report. Toxicology report takes more time than autopsy. Okay, let me tell you, do you know Kansas City Police released, not even, oh my God, the family of the poor victims of the Kansas City 3 fans found behind Jordan Willis's house gave us an update on what happened. Cocaine, amphetamine, THC. They gave us an update before the police. And then the police gave us the update the next day. They give us an update in just a couple weeks, a week and a half. And it was the family that did it. The family. We're going on a month next week on this case. Not even an update. All they said was one thing in an update saying 60 new charges. You gave us that update in just a week. And you gave that to us in a week. But now it's the 21st of March. What have you done? What did you, how, Sway? How? What? How? Nothing. Melly says with the $4.99, the Emmy report is done in my opinion. They cannot release info due to laws and the fact that this case is in progress. They will release very little info anyways. It's the fact that Melly, they said that they have an update, will be releasing info to us. There isn't. Yes, do I believe the ME report is done? Absolutely. Is it being released? It's not. It's not. But giving us very little info would be an update of what you stated. You're taking your sweet ass time. It's crazy. Melly, thank you so much for the super chat. Kathy with the super chat says, it's not your fault. Frustrating for sure. Waste of time, yes, but totally not your fault. Kathy, I just feel responsible because, damn, I'm a host of this podcast, and I thought I was going to be able to deliver and speak upon. I know these super chats are going crazy. I know you guys. I'm sorry. Look at these super chats. You guys are going ham, and I get it. You have every right. He manipulated her, that she probably fell into a pedophilia and ended up pregnant. A lot of people are saying that she was pregnant, but we don't know yet. We don't know. The medical examiner report could have been today. We would have found that out. This was a recap, not an update. Pointless. Oh my gosh. Well said. This is a recap, not an update.
April, with a great question. I'm glad that you asked this one, April. Hey JB, were the pictures on his phone exclusive of Madeline? There are redactions on the arrest affidavit. We know that there are 8 counts of sexual battery of a child under 12, another 5 counts of sexual battery with a child under 12 to 18. So there's clearly age ranges there. 7 counts of lewd molestation. Look, excuse me. We do not know who is in this disturbing evidence that investigators have detailed time and time again. In fact, that was the big thing that Chief Holland noted as far as the evidence that it was disturbing. Digital evidence that is disturbing has been uncovered over the course of this investigation from Stearns' phone. Right. I mean, mac and cheese, hashtag HAB. She never came out and stated the mom is not a suspect. She ignored it. She didn't ignore it. She didn't ignore it.
She didn't ignore it. No, she didn't. That's wrong.
She said everyone close to
Everyone's
Madeline
a suspect.
is considered a suspect.
A suspect,
Until otherwise.
correct.
She's basically saying that this is an open investigation, that everyone close to Madeline is
Damn.
considered.
Why would that person comment that? Did you not hear what she said? Everyone's a suspect. You got to pay attention. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? You know what I just realized? You know what I just realized about this? You know what I just realized about this? You know what this was? You know what this was? You know why they did this? Here's why I believe they did this. Let me tell you why. They did this because they were under so much amount of pressure from people saying we need an update. Time was wasting. They're like, yo, we got nothing. We got to give them an update with no update. This is why they did that. They're taking so long. Let me tell you something. They don't have shit. They probably don't have or something very little. That's all. Because go to bear.com. There's nothing on Jen. There's nothing on Stefan. No additional. Only the 60 charges. They only found the only thing they have is what was found on the phone. That's all they got, ladies and gentlemen. From what we know. This right here was literally just to be like, hey, we got an update, but no update. Nothing. This was intentional, in my opinion. This was intentional. Because they knew, guys, it's been days. I covered literally Riley Strain for it's going on a week and a half. And then this whole entire time covering this case, they're like, guys, we just got to deliver something. Give us an update on this poor little girl. Now you know why when I keep talking about their resources that are disposable. They just wanted us to know an update with no update. I'm telling you, that's what it was. They wanted to feel like they had something. They needed to come talk to us to let us know we're still doing it. It's bullshit. Nick says, I want more info on who was at the birthday party. And if this was when she was murdered. Who are the men at the party? They didn't give us that neither. That's a very good super chat. Very good super chat. They didn't, I know. I want that too. They had me looking at balloons and editing in Photoshop, looking at balloons to see reflections. They had me doing investigation work for them and I don't get paid for it. Ha! Ha! Kiss me, please. Is it possibility they aren't saying things that might jeopardize another ongoing investigation in another open case? Well, Elizabeth, they would have stated that. They would have stated the other case would have stated it was open. So I understand this, but like an updated case, they didn't say nothing for this case because it might jeopardize another case. Well, then what's the other case? This would be open to the public. We would have known about this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like they gave us an update on 60 charges. Could that have jeopardized another case? Could that have deter some other pedophile? It sounds like they either have nothing or they did this as a stunt to be like, we're still here. We're still doing this. You know, Elizabeth, I just don't know. Thank you, Elizabeth, for the super chat. That's a good question. Crystal says they have video evidence of her unalived in his car the day she went missing. And yet they have found nothing, Crystal, of tying him to, I mean, if they had that video of her deceased in the car and then her not in the car, he is obviously a part of this. It's obvious. That's completely obvious. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you this though, but this is not, here's what I'm going to say. Kissimmee PD, you should have never done this. And do you want to know why? You just effed yourself. Because now, when you do, Pay attention. I'm talking to you. KPD, when you do your next press conference, everyone is going to be hounding you. I feel bad for your Twitter and Facebook page. Because now, and that chief of police, they're going to be clowning you all over social media. Because now, when you do that next press conference, I am telling you right now, you better have something, or you're going to have protesters all around you. You better. You're going to, because you know you're going to look back at your own press conference, and you're going to be like, oh, God damn, I did that. You damn right you did that. You look pathetic. I'm being harsh because it's true. You look frail. You look pathetic. That was pathetic of you. People stopped what they're doing to watch this. You're pathetic. Okay? A shit show. This bathroom and this update. Ashley. Come on, Ashley. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. She got jokes, bro. Oh, shit. Well said, Ashley. Thank you for the super chat. Danielle Williams. They wanted to make mom squirm a little bit. She's next. I don't know, man. I don't know, Danielle. I don't know what to think of this. I kind of want to take phone calls so I can hear you guys. I know you guys are going to be, I know. I would love to take phone calls. I want to hear you guys yell at the top of your lungs. Literally. I would love to.
Okay, so here's something that is always possible. And Bulldog Hustle says #KJB. Maybe they were going to say something when the press conference was scheduled and then not allowed to say it last minute. We have seen this happen in the past. We have heard about this in the past where a press conference was called and then certain things happening behind the scenes prevents that press conference from either happening or changes the entire trajectory of that press conference. Not saying it's happening here, but Bulldog wondering aloud here was there originally something
thank you guys.
that they were going to announce?
Everybody who sent super chats and stars. Thank you.
Kissimmee Police. I can't bring the comment on screen because it doesn't have #HeyJB and it hasn't come in via www.heyjb.live. But I do want to address this. People are saying, where's the autopsy? Where's the medical examiner's report? What's taking so long? That's no, in Florida, I know because, of course, being a reporter in Tampa, I know a lot about the inner workings of Florida law enforcement. I can tell you that we were not anticipating.
Okay, I don't know why. Thank you so much, Breezy, for letting me know. Facebook definitely just ended. I have no idea why Facebook ended. I cannot tell you. Facebook just ended, yeah. I don't know why. Facebook, your dog water. Just know that. It's okay. We're still live over at YouTube. Guys. Hopefully, mods, do me a big favor, both of you. If you could tell people from Facebook that I'm still live on YouTube, I'm going to be live. Just for a little more. I got to get ready for tonight's case of Riley Strain. I'm going to get ready for more disappointing information from your local police department.
An autopsy result. We were not anticipating a medical examiner's report of any kind today. It takes significantly longer, and I know from talking to people in the state that it can take an extended period of time depending on how backlogged state resources are. Forensics is done usually at the state level in the state of Florida, and sometimes the backlog is short, sometimes the backlog is long. It can really vary. I have heard of delays going many, many months. We know from covering cases like Cassie Carley, there have been delays on the medical examiner's report, and
Breezy, I got a little tough task for you. Can you let every comment know? I know this is crazy, not every comment, but the last comments. Can you just copy and paste the URL of the podcast that we're on right now and copy and paste it to the comments on Facebook? Not all the comments, but the recent ones or the ones that be like, hey, what happened? If you can, I would appreciate that, Breezy.
No, it will likely be many more weeks, perhaps potentially a couple more months.
Oh my gosh.
Get a definitive autopsy.
Couple more months.
A medical examiner report. Now, sometimes what happens is if it's so blatantly obvious, if you have a death that has occurred and it's just, look, it's so blatantly obvious to investigators, a preliminary medical examiner's report or a preliminary autopsy results can be released I believe at the discretion of the law enforcement agency running that investigation, that they can speak to that. But more times than not, what we see in Florida is you wait for the official medical examiner's report to be completed, and then that in that point is then released. Steve, how long will he face jail time? I'm trying to remember. I think I had it in my notes, but
come on, life. He's getting life, brother. He's getting life. Come on, JB, you know this. He's getting life. He's getting life, ladies and gentlemen.
I did at one point have an idea as to how long
life,
if he was convicted on all counts, what
life. He's getting life. Artillery says, at the end, she said, speak to your kids. These are agents you can call. Speak to your teacher or IE. That says a lot to me about like kids not trusting both parents. Well said, Artillery. Well said. Well said. I'm sorry. I don't know why the comments are like this, but well said. Well said. Well said. This was so disappointing. I don't know what to say about this, y'all. I can't believe that just happened on television. Oh my gosh. This actually happened on television. I don't know what to say.
Last call for questions and comments.
Oh my gosh.
Want to point out anything happened in the last hour on Riley Strain? I've been trying to juggle multiple stories here as we do. Yeah, I know that I saw the tweet about that they don't believe it to be criminal in nature at this time.
There was no official comment saying that this case was connected to James Cox, by the way. Those were just things you're hearing on TikTok.
Riley Strain. I really hope that family gets answers. So
let's not talk about Riley Strain.
I mean, mind-boggling that he could just vanish like that. But did something nefarious happen to him?
Nefarious possibility. Absolutely. Possibility. I know you guys want me to take calls, but
Vicky, why a press conference to say nothing? I don't know. Team
KB,
Brittany says, same update on Riley, sad. Yeah. Samantha says, #KJB, I wonder if they haven't released the autopsy results because the suspect hasn't confessed yet and maybe they want to see if he knows something only the killer would know. I would normally point to this potentially being somewhere near the realm of possible. However, I have a hard time believing that any part of an autopsy process is toxicology. Toxicology takes a long time.
It does.
You have to know what was in a victim's
blood
system.
Absolutely.
Toxicology is done. It is of course extremely,
it's
talk about
complex.
Autopsies and toxicology taking place all the time, and sometimes toxicology can take much, much longer than the initial autopsy. Understanding a cause of death and ruling on someone's cause of death with an actual autopsy doesn't take very long. It's an examination of the remains by the medical examiner's office, and they file their initial report. But then you have to get the rest of the picture, and that's toxicology. You have to know what was in that person's system, and toxicology can sometimes really be a massive part of the puzzle.
It does.
With how somebody died. And so
it was one time where I remember there was a case that I was studying, and a toxicology report took about a year to come back. I don't know why. I cannot tell you. But toxicology can take so long. We're talking about dealing with someone's system. It's a complex method. But as I said to you guys earlier, he just said what I said earlier, that medical examiner, it's way more quicker than that. And this case is going on a month and nothing from medical examiner. I don't blame medical examiners here. The public wants to know. We have a right to know. Do I think releasing medical examiner notes would jeopardize the case? Come on. But what do I know? I don't got a badge, right? What do I know? I don't got unlimited resources. I don't have the funds. I don't have this badge that has so much power. Like for me to tell you, hey, this is what we should do. This is what we shouldn't. There should be more. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say defund the police. I'm not going to say that. But I am going to say you need to I was going to say something. I'm going to get in trouble. I ain't going to say it. I'm not going to defund the police. I'm not with that, but I'm definitely for more transparency. I get it. It contradicts with the open investigation, people. 100%. Fine. Don't make yourself as transparent because it might jeopardize it. But damn, almost a month? How much time do you need to do anything? To give us a small update? You gave us an update before. What's different? Someone asked you a question, right? KPD, someone said, do you know? They said it was one thing. It was a simple question. I was like, what do you know? They said, do you know? What did they say? They said, do you know if, do you know if Stefan's side of the family is, are they being questioned? They said that something like as of now, this is being investigated. But then someone asked a different question, and then they said everyone's a suspect. So they're kind of just dancing around these questions. Like they just wanted to get this over with, and that's it. And get like, I'm just so frustrated. I don't know what to say right now. I'm actually upset. I'm actually upset. Because if it was somebody from their department that got killed, an officer or something, and this is no hate to police, for real, no hate to police. But if it was something where an officer got killed, oh my gosh, y'all don't even know. But we're talking about a little 13-year-old girl. A 13-year-old girl. It ain't your daughter, right? So you're taking your sweet ass time. A month of medical examiner report. Damn. Crystal Powell said mutiny. Mandy with the 999 says, this chief is confusing. When the reporter asks if she was the only victim or there are many others, she said no. It appears to be abuse isolated in just the apartment. You fucking caught that. You did. I thought the same too. And then she said that it was children under the age of 18. Mandy, good Good catch. Very good. Very good, Mandy. I love this super chat. K. Cole says, talk about a slap in the face. Yo, oh my gosh. Trust me. I know people are upset. They're upset. K. Cole, they are.
Let's wrap this up by saying that, again, it's the pursuit of justice is not about instant gratification. The pursuit of justice isn't about appeasing the public. The pursuit of justice isn't about showcasing that you are closing in on results. The pursuit of justice is about results. Bottom line, at the end of the day, Stephen Stearns right there is in jail. He's not getting out of jail. He's being held without bond. He's in jail on a lot of charges, but those charges do not include anything related to the death of Madeline Soto. That, of course, is something that people in the public have been waiting for. Someone to face official charges in Madeline Soto's name. And there was perhaps the expectation, I think it was people who, in front of the camera and people in our comment section, there was this anticipation that perhaps today was going to be the announcement of charges, or at the very minimum, an update on where things stand as we get closer to charge.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to talk to someone at Spectrum and ask if he can get any additional information that I can share with you guys. I don't give a hell what it is. This is a specific person who is tied close to this case to see if I can get anything. If I can get anything new, up to date, I'll let you guys know. I do have somebody that lives around that area as well. I will do whatever I can to give you an update. Anything that I have at my disposal, my power. I do have some connections. Not a lot, I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm going to do whatever I can. I'm just so disappointed here. Man, I'm so disappointed. Damn. But I'm going to, here's what I'm going to do though. If I get anything, just know that I will go back on immediately. I am today talking about the Riley Strain case, and I will tackle any additional information that I have on Maddie. So, wow. The reporters need to act better and follow up. I think the questions that they asked was great, except for the last group of questions. I could have said better. Probably not. I mean, there is a whole bunch of pressure, but could they ask better questions? I think that the first 5 questions was very good. The guy was like, yo, is there any updates you can give to us? Anything? That was a good question. I would have said that. Is there anything? Anything? Anything. We got nothing. Zero, zilch, nada, nothing. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Christ, it's pathetic. How do you think the father's feeling? Yeah, I know, Ashley, I got you. All right, guys, I'm going to end this podcast. I better see you guys here later today for the Riley Strain case, all right? Thank you for whoever's watching, following, super chats. I'm going to end it here, man. I'm going to end it here, all right? Love you guys. Damn it. I'll see you later tonight. Meet me around 7 to 8 Eastern time, all right? I'll check you guys out later. Peace out.